I'm trying to do here, man. Putting the light and shining the light on the right people and telling it like it is, man. I mean, you know what I mean? When I want to ask you a question, man, the one question I always ask, and I always get this from everybody that's up and coming artists is, how can I get on the radio or, how, is people really gateway keepers now, or is it a way for the artists to get better? Because it's like, 9 times out of 10, I heard that the labels ain't breaking artists no more.
They not. Yeah, the artists are breaking artists nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the labels just want to get on whatever hot already. And these artists got Spotify and they got these platforms where they could just put out their own music at their own pace and flood the market. And if it's good and they build up a fan base, then next thing you know, it's a TikTok dance to go with the record.
Right.
And now streams are picking up, and then that's when radio starts to pick up on it. And like, all right, a label might get behind the record and push it that way. And once you get the label deal, then the floodgates open up when it comes to marketing and promotion.
Yeah, definitely. I concur on that. Hey, another thing I wanted to ask you too is, man, like, how you ended up getting the name BacSpin, like, how that came about, man? You know what I mean?
That came
That's
about.
A different name.
I mean, it's hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started off as a break dancer. And
that's crazy. Yeah, nobody even knew.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I mean, I was always DJing, but when I started breaking, like, I didn't have a name when I was 7, 8 years old on my Mickey Mouse turntable. You know what I'm saying? I was just scratching and working on, getting better. But when I got into breakdancing, I could really do the backspin really well. And that became my name, like my signature. You know what I'm saying? I would do the head spin, then go down into the backspin.
And you was doing this when you was in high school?
Oh, absolutely, man. Hip hop since day one, man.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I commend you on that, man, because hip hop, it's crazy that, the dance is hip hop too, though. Right?
Yeah.
People be forgetting that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And this is why TikTok is becoming
crazy.
You had to have choreography.
You had to. Like, all of these groups that pioneered, when it came to Grandmaster Flash. Well, them too. That's where the Grandmaster Flashes and the African Bambatas, that's who they learned from. The Temptations, the Dramatics, the Four Tops. You know what I mean? Like, these were the guys that they looked to. So when they got on stage, they had their costumes, they had their choreography on point. You know what I'm saying? And the Cold Crush Brothers, you know what I'm saying? Fantastic Four and plus one more. Like, they all had choreography with their rhymes, you know what I'm saying? As well as, the dance steps and the moves, because it was a show, you know what I mean? You're putting on a show for people who want to see you.
You're right, though, man. You're right. A lot of people, like I said, again, just going back to the choreograph situation.
Wow.
And it's you gotta have a lot. You gotta have your body together. Yeah. You spinning and all that. Like, you couldn't be no. You know what I mean?
Nah, you had to come with it. You know what I mean? The fat boys are the only big boys that I used to see breakdancing.
Yeah.
And that bugged me out when I'm like, yo, they could move like we move, but breaking, man. That's how I got that name, BacSpin.
Dang, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Because I always wondered, like, how do you get BacSpin? So are you a Rochester area?
Absolutely. Born and raised.
East side, west side, north side?
East side. Chatham Garden Apartment.
Okay.
Yes,
because I'm a west side, but I'm I don't live everywhere.
Yeah.
Only in projects.
Yeah.
I take it all the way back, man. This is a rats,
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? That's where I, born and, grew up, till I was about 6 years old in Chatham Gardens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then my family, we moved to Greece.
Mm-hmm.
And I was out there for about 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I moved to Gates for a year or two. And then I moved to Atlanta. Me and my twin brother moved to Atlanta. And I ended up graduating high school in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? My mom moved down there. So me and my twin went with her. And then right after graduation, I came right back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been back rocking and rolling ever since. You know what I'm saying? So I left the city for 3 years. But, came back. And
what made you leave the city? You saying your mom
made
you leave? So
yeah.
You already had family out of town?
Nah, to move to Atlanta, and me and my twin, we was like, we could have stayed here with my father and our stepmom. But it was, I don't know. We just missed our mom. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we just up and made that move. But when I made that move, man, I almost regretted it immediately. You know what I'm saying? Not, I was glad I was with my mom, but I just missed home so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
homesick.
Yeah. I was so homesick.
Why do everybody get homesick?
I don't know, man. For me, I was just like, damn, I can't wait to get back home. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get back home. And my dad was like, also, well, you made your decision. You know what I'm saying? That's part of growing up. You know what I mean?
Part of being a man.
Part of being a man. You gotta live with your choice that you made. And I did. You know what I'm saying? And Atlanta was dope because it opened my mind up to music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what year was you in
This was
Atlanta?
like 90, 91.
This is Outkast?
Yeah, this is pre-Outkast. This is Crisscross.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
So
when I got there, when I got there, Crisscross wasn't popping yet. Crisscross started popping in like 91. So I see Crisscross in the mall. You know what I'm saying? Like,
crazy.
it was crazy to see the birth of like Southern hip hop at that moment. I was down there soaking all this stuff up, and it opened my mind to different music, hip hop music. Like,
literally though.
You know what I'm saying?
Is part of hip-hop.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie, at one point in time, I was like, man, down south, get that shit out
but
of here.
I was on
this
it.
Ain't boom.
I was the ones like, yo, these dudes, like before Andre 3000 said the South got something to say, I was saying that to my people. Like, yo, man, because they were saying what you saying right now. They were saying the same shit.
Because they wasn't jacking the sound.
Yeah, no.
They had to get familiar with it. And then they had to break records.
Yeah.
So once they break records, it was sky's the limit with that.
I was shocked because, I had a lot of good friends in Atlanta, and they would put me on to this music. I would go to the record store, the Earwax, see my man Jazz down there, and he would put me on to new music. And not for nothing, I would get a lot of New York promo records before New York was getting them records, because they would send them down south to try to break those records in markets that they weren't in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's kind of hard being, that's taking a chance.
Yeah.
So that's what the record label's called, taking a chance.
Yeah. Yep.
You might blow 2010 just trying to promote that state in that state, and it might not work.
I was like, wow. Like, I'm getting these promos that I'm just like, oh, this is some East Coast shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, white labels that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just a wonderful time. But I ain't even had turntables at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I was just happy to be a hip hop head and buying music and staying up on the culture. And when I got to Atlanta, it opened my eyes to a different level of what hip hop could be.
When was the first time you fell in love with them turntables, man? 'Cause I seen you, Martin Luther King. I sent you a story. I sent you a story, man, on IG. That I seen you, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna snip it and just show him that, bro, you really rocking the crowd out here.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, you know what I was playing? I was playing security guard.
Word?
Yeah, they had me in there doing security. I do security, man.
Hey, nothing wrong with the multiple strings, my G.
Just get more money.
Multiple strings.
Long story short, I was seeing you on it. Before Little Mo came on, you was just getting it together.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Fire Kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fire
that's
Kid
my
doing
guy.
his thing
That's
too.
my guy. Fire Kid is on point right now.
I'm trying to get with him on that note, man, because I got a dope reggae artist by the name of Gilligan Fire.
Okay.
I'm going to send you his record before we leave.
Okay.
And I sent you something that he just did in Brooklyn, New York. You know what I mean? 585 Quan.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But again, I'm trying to check it out. It's crazy though. But when the first time you fell in love with them?
I mean, the first time
you looked at him and said, "Yo, this is what I need."
Yeah, I mean, well, when I got my Mickey Mouse turntable, man, I always, you know what I'm saying? Like at 6 years old, my crib for my birthday, or it might have been Christmas, I don't know, but they bought me a Mickey Mouse turntable, and I was able to manipulate it where I was scratching, like it had a rotary volume knob.
Yeah,
so I would use that as my fader, and I would just be cutting and scratching like this.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So that's when I saw Herbie Hancock on the Grammys,
Herbie Hancock.
and
Wow.
and he was doing Rocket, and I'm just like, oh, that's how you make that sound. You know what I mean? Like that's how you do that. So I immediately went to my turntable and
we got to shout him out, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Herbie,
yeah, Herbie Hancock, man.
He's showing you stuff like that,
yeah.
man. It's like the name is familiar to me, but I was like, you gotta like enlighten me on
Herbie Hancock is a artist, but he was like more of an instrumentalist. Like he's a musician. He's like he does jazz, and he came out with Rocket, and it was like a hip hop instrumental almost, but he was scratching on it. And you know, this was the sound that I was hearing. So I was watching the Grammys, and Herbie Hancock was performing that record, and he had a turntable, and he was scratching, doing what I was hearing on the radio. And boom, I'm like, oh, that's how you scratch, or that's what's making that noise, that turntable that he's using. So you know, that's what made me like, oh, that's what told me that's how you scratch, or that's what's making that scratching sound that I'm hearing. I probably didn't even know it was called scratching at that point. I just knew this was a sound that I, you know, never heard before, and how are they doing it? And when I seen the Grammys and Herbie Hancock doing it, I said, boom. Now, Jam Master Jay.
Fire.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jam Master Jay.
May he rest in peace. I would say he's the reason why I fell in love with the turntables.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Because, you know, what I seen him do with a pair of Technique 1200s and a Gemini mixer, you know what I'm saying? Like what I seen him do in arenas and how he was able to control the crowd. And to me, yeah, Run DMC, they was the shit. Like they were bigger than life. But for me, it was Jam Master Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the first one you seen before you seen Running D. It was Jay on the stage rocking the crowd. He brought them out.
He had to get them warmed
up. Exactly.
It was always the DJ warming the crowd.
Always.
Now let me ask you a question now. So when I was saying about going back to breaking the records with the artists, do you think a lot of artists is using the DJs nowadays, or are they using, like I said, the TikToks and all that, and they saying, forget the DJ, I'm gonna break records? Because when I even when I'm trying to work with an artist that's never been heard of or never seen of, and I hear their methods on how they're gonna break the record, they'll never mention the DJ, and I'm like, oh, they know the DJ is the most important part of it. Still, y'all just forgetting, y'all be forgetting, and they think they can just go to the internet, share it on their story,
and that's what it is.
I'm gonna get famous.
That's what it is. It's the social media platform. It's so many ways that you can get music out. It used to be only the DJ was able to get your record out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now you can load your record up on YouTube and boom, everybody got it around the world. Yeah. So that's what it is. I still think rappers know they need DJs because, you know, no matter what, we still in the clubs. Right. You know what I'm saying? We still putting it down. So if you want your record to bang in the club, you're definitely gonna want to, you know, link with a DJ. I am seeing more rappers using DJs when they doing shows. Yeah. A lot of rappers like in the 90s and whatnot, if they didn't have a DJ, they used to bring what we call a sampler. Oh, it was like, you know, a replay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was called, the replay. And they can load up all their records, press a button, and boom, their record will play. And then hit stop, press another button, another record will play. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was called the replay machine. So it got back to bringing DJs out, you know, doing shows. The Locks, you know, they got technician with them, getting busy. Right, the Baby got his DJ. Rick Ross got his DJ. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sam Snead. Shout out. What's going on? You know what I mean? Like these DJs are an important part of the piece. And if it wasn't for the DJ, it would be no hip hop. You know what I'm saying? People be forgetting that, you know what I mean, as far as how it works and how things happen on that accord. But you know what I mean? Kool Herc started this August 11th, 1973. You know what I'm saying? So it's when it comes to DJs, you gotta respect it.
You got to, man. Like I said, I feel like that's still an essential part. And the radio, too. Not a lot of people respect the radio situations. They think that the internet, I don't know. What's more stronger, internet or radio, man?
I mean,
that's the debate,
honestly,
man.
Probably the internet.
You think it's stronger?
You know what I mean? I mean, because you can tap into so many people so quickly.
You're right. You're right, though.
You know what I'm saying? And there's so many, like you got so many radio stations, and everybody's listening to one. You can only listen to one at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can skip it around and bounce around, but you still only listening to one at a time.
Right.
And when you put your music out on the social media,
mm-hmm.
everybody can listen to it multiple times at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, that's always, since social media has hit that's always going to be the best way to get your music heard. Now, is it good? Are you going to have a fan base that's going to rock with it? You know what I'm saying? It's a grind.
That's the why.
Yeah.
Some people be forgetting, like how Apple sells their cell phones. They have the three things called the why, the what, and the how.
Mm-hmm.
You already know how they do it.
Right.
And stuff.
Right.
You already know what they sell.
Right.
But really, you buy an Apple or an iPhone because of what? Why?
Why?
That's really the real key of it.
And why did I buy mine?
Why you buy yours? Why you buy your iPhone?
Because of the music. It was like an MP3 in my pocket. I that was the sole when I found out this phone could store music.
It was over.
Okay. It was over for me.
No more Android.
Yeah. I mean, if I had one, I don't think I ever had an Android.
Man, I had an Android, man. My people just always say, man, get an iPhone. I'm like, man, forget the iPhone, man.
I think I had a sidekick before I got
I had a sidekick too, though. Yeah. I had a sidekick too. Yeah. But after the sidekick, I had an Android and so forth. But an iPhone actually went. I'm shooting clips right now for iPhone. This is,
see what I'm saying?
The world is right here. It's on. What people will see is, one company becoming the strongest. But now I like the fact that we have competition where we having all these types of artists. Now, let me ask you one thing about Rochester, just in the midst of Rochester. Mm-hmm. Who was one of your favorite artists that was up and coming that you like when you were a kid that was like, yo, he fired? You know what I mean?
From Rochester?
From Rochester. Like, this is a local act that you...
38 Special, man.
38 Special?
When he was 38 Special. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I met Special when he was 15 years old, man.
Damn.
And he was nice then.
Shout out to 38 Special.
You know what I'm saying? He was nice then. He was doing his own beats.
Son was nice. I didn't even know he was doing his own beats.
Yeah, he was doing his own beats. He was rapping his own raps. And he was nice then. So when I see Special get, all the accolades that's coming to him now, and his flowers, absolutely, and it's well deserved.
But I don't know. Do you think, I know 38 Special was doing it like this. Now we got a Buffalo veteran. We got Benny the Butcher. You know what I mean? And then we got Conway. Who opened that up for them to bring back the boom bap? Do you think it was Kanye? Do you think it was Benny the Butcher? Do you think it was 38 Special? Who opened that back up for us, or as far as that lane for artists to really still be lyrical? Because Cassidy always gonna be Cassidy. I love Cassidy, but it's like it's a different. I don't know how
keeping it 100.
Who you think?
I think it was DJ Shay. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace. Buffalo's DJ Shay. He was part of the Griselda camp, Conway, all of them. Like they always, West Side Gun. They all came up under, his
shout out to Griselda,
his fruit, his tree, his tutelage, if you will. So I think DJ Shay just
shed that light on
kept telling them, like, showing them the real way of hip hop, and they come from that cloth. They probably like the last of a dying breed that comes from that cloth of rap. Who knows what it means to be a real hip hop artist and to represent the culture the right way. And I think that's all due to DJ Shay and his tutelage and what he did for them boys, man.
DJ Shay, man.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
Dang,
straight up.
So as of right now, though, man, you said Bad News is an artist that you're working with.
Yeah.
He's dope, man. I heard him get on something like with Scarlet.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. I was like, that's a good vibe. Then I started seeing you linking with him. I'm like, is he from Rochester? Because I'm on IG. Like, I'm just scrolling. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm like, wow, BacSpin working well. Oh, we gotta go talk to BacSpin. Yeah, we gotta go talk and see what's going on with BacSpin.
That boy,
is he doing?
He's a problem, man. I mean, he's rapping at an unbelievable rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does these freestyle Fridays every week, and he posts them on IG. Like, he just did one with I'm Ready, the Dipset joint. Like, he's bodying every beat he's on. And, you know, Scarlett reposted what he did to her beat. You know, This Is New York. And
she loved it. She loved it.
Like, the boy got balls for days, man.
I think they was asking what she was going to feature with him on another podcast that she was in, another interview. And I seen something with Scarlett.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
She want to work with him.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out to Syracuse.
It's not too many people who, if you got balls and you got talent, real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? And I always say, when you do great things, the greats take notice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I just think this guy is a lyrical machine. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to balls, he's top tier, and he's raising the bar lyrically for anybody who is a rapper.
I definitely wanna be like in the studio with him, vibing with him, see where he at. Cause I like the freestyle.
Yeah,
I love to put a beat on. That's what I like to do. But more like I would love to, like, you know what I mean, just see, cause
the boy work ethic is crazy, man. He been grinding for a minute. And, you know, I've been since, you know, my man P, shout out to P Kennedy. You know what I'm saying?
What up with you, man?
KMG, y'all know what it is. Ever since he put me on his radar, you know, the first time I heard him, I think he was doing a freestyle in the car.
Right.
And my man P put it on his page, and I hit P like, yo, man, who the hell is this kid? He's like crazy. And he like, yeah, that's bad news. He's like, I'm working with him. I'm like, yo, I gotta meet this guy, man, because, you know,
you like what he was
doing. It was like the first rhyme I heard. You know, he gave me chills. Like, who raps like this? You know what I'm saying? Who's this witty? Who's got these many punchlines in a 16 bar rap? You know what I'm saying? Or but he be spazzing. Sometimes he be like 50 bars he might give you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boy is a monster when it comes to music. And the way he come up with these songs and these concepts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just heard him do a rap about what would he do if he was in LA. You know what I'm saying? And he just from touching down to the end of the night. You know what I mean? Yeah. He packed this all in, and it was just so vivid. You know what I mean? It was so vivid. I can't wait till y'all hear it, man. It's crazy.
Well, who your favorite artist that was in the industry in the 90s and the 2000s and all that? Who was your favorite artist that you say that you can rock with and say, yo, this is my favorite artist? And because I know I love Nas. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. My hat goes off to Nas. You know what I mean? That's my boy. But who you rocking with, man?
I gotta go with
lyric,
and this only because Biggie died, man.
Biggie fire.
It's only because Biggie passed away, and Jay has kept. You know, what Jay has done is phenomenal. Yeah, and I got to go with Hov just because of the body of work that we've got from Jay-Z. But, you know, on any given day, it could be Jay or Big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but, you know, just from the catalog that we've gotten from Hov, I got to say Jay-Z.
That's real.
Yeah, you know I mean, from lyrics.
Shout out to Jay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or shout out to my man Easy. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hov. It's Hov. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So other than that, though, I think, like, as far as when I first think of music or hip hop for Rochester, you see 38 Special, the upcoming artists that you like. It was a lot of artists.
Ito is on fire right now too.
Ito is moving.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He's another.
You remember Emilio Rosa?
Yeah, I remember him.
I don't remember where he at.
He's still working, man.
But I haven't heard any projects from him.
I follow him on IG. He's still rapping.
That dude was
he's in the city. You know
Do you remember another artist by the name of Tone Rose?
Tone Rose.
You remember artist Tone Rose? Tone Rose used to be around ID. Remember ID, The battle rap artist.
Yeah,
That,
yeah,
38
ID.
picked up. ID.
Yeah.
I used to go to high school with him.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, ID was
did
the
he
first.
Pass away?
He passed
yeah,
away.
He did. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace, ID. Shout out to ID. But son gave me my first instrument CD. I'm like, I ain't know how to get on the internet to download. Yeah, I'm like, yo, man. I used to just come with on the bus, like, yo, I got blanks.
Yeah.
Yo, put them on a CD for me. He like, yo, I got you. I got the computer. I'm going to download it for you.
Yeah.
Then I would like, you know what I mean? As me rapping, I'm like doing my 1-2s. You know what I mean? I just felt like at the end of the day, being an artist, it take a lot. You gotta have consistency.
Absolutely.
You gotta be on. You gotta love it. I love hip hop, but I know I like to play both sides. I like to play the back end. I like to sit there and watch the magic work. Like being the producer, being the engineer, actually telling the artist, "Yo, hit it like that, do it like this."
Right.
I fell in love with the music on that aspect. I'm like, as an artist, when I first started, I'm like, yo, I could produce, rap, write. But I'm like, I like that engineering. I like the last part.
Yeah. You like being, the button pusher where it's like take this snare out or this kick sound hard if you EQ it like this. I get it, man. That's producing.
But I still love the rap on some Kanye. I still like it, man. I got something coming out soon. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's what it's all about. I mean, but you gotta, like you said, you gotta be consistent with it.
Yeah.
And you gotta work. Like it's a grind. Like people don't understand. It's hell getting up every day and jumping on this plane, and now you gotta jump. Do this show.
You never know if people is in their right mind.
When you get to these venues and shit like that, like it's a toll. It takes a toll on your body. So you have to be. Your mind has to be right if you want to be an artist. That's why you see so many artists, come in and go because they can't handle the grind.
Even with Lauryn Hill, I felt like she was fired, and we talking about just as far as being with the Fugees, and it was rapping and singing.
Yeah.
But that's why I say that, because Lauryn Hill was rapping and singing.
Yeah.
But the controversy on that, do you think Lauryn Hill was writing hers, or do you think somebody was writing hers?
I don't think. I don't know for sure, but I've listened to Lauryn long enough, from the Fugees' first album to their second album, long enough where I don't think people was writing her rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
Think so.
In that time and era, you know what I mean? Like if you wanted to be considered a real artist, especially in hip hop, you had to be writing your own rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that holds no weight in my eyes as far as Lauryn Hill. It's crazy that she only did one solo album.
That's bizarre.
You know what I mean? And she's still getting paid. Still held in high regards from that album, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So
and it's something that, listen, even if still to this day you can play that for your daughter.
Absolutely.
And I'll be proud to play that for my daughter.
It's classic.
I don't know if you got kids. You got kids?
I do. I got 2 daughters.
Okay. I got a daughter and I got a son. Okay. But yeah, man, I play that for my daughter. When she want to hear something, I play that. Look,
you can't go wrong. That album, that's why it won 5 Grammys. You know what I'm saying? And Album of the Year. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for a black artist to win Album of the Year, a hip hop artist at that. You know what I mean? I think Outkast did it with their Speaker Box Love Below.
And that was a dope
album. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man, I remember playing it.
Yeah. And then Lauryn
I had a bootleg version. Hey,
listen,
listen, man, I got it.
Yeah.
You remember when bootleg was crazy?
Absolutely. Bootlegs was the wave of the future.
Listen, even Jay-Z was right. Even she kept bootlegging my shit.
They're the background, bitch.
That's like, yo, that was fire.
Yeah.
It's just back then when you used to hear an album, you would be listening to, even the interludes would be fire.
Yeah.
Nobody do interludes.
Nah, I mean, that's what...
You're going to get a Drake album, but he's not going to give you no interludes.
You don't get quality
it's not like
albums that you can just put on and let play no more. And, I miss albums, physical copies that I would get the bootleg, but I would still go out and buy the album. You know what I'm saying? When the album did drop, if I liked it. You know what I mean? If I ain't like it, well, then it is what it is. I just bootleg. I got your bootleg. But if I like the album, I would go out and buy it because I wanted to see who did what. I wanted to read the credits. I wanted to see who produced what beat, who even the engineer or who played guitar on what studio they recorded it in. Right. Like I used to read the credits while I'm listening to the album.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm getting a feel of somebody's project.
You know what? Me being young, when I used to get an album, I would read the credits after I listened to the album.
Really?
I didn't listen to it while I'm listening to the track. Hey, okay, how I want to know how he wrote. I would try to comprehend on how did he make this album and how did he get this dude in the room to play that flute or to give him a piano roll or whatever, and they're giving them credibility on that.
Yeah.
So, but
and Nas is Life's a Bitch and Then You Die.
Yeah.
At the end, Olu Daru is playing that trumpet.
What?
Yeah, that trumpet solo. That's Nas's father.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Dang.
I would have never knew that if I didn't read the credits. Olu Dara. I'm like, who is Olu Dara on the trumpet?
I don't think I read the credits for that.
I didn't know who Olu Dara was until I read an article on Nas. Oh. And he spoke about how, his dad was a jazz trumpetist, and
he put him in a couple other albums too.
Yeah. I remember. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, damn, I had no idea Nas Pops was a traveling musician who worked with all these great musicians, and and he playing on this man's album. I remember listening like, damn, that trumpet is crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm reading the credits like, oh shit, who's Olu Dar? And boom, it's this guy's Pops. I would have never known that had I not read the credits. Green Lantern on Ludacris's #1 spot.
Shout out to Green Lantern. He is from Rochester too.
It's my man. Rochester. It's another guy.
I never met Green Lantern, but I always wanted to meet him.
Nah, man.
I remember when Team Invasions. Yeah. I met them DJs and all that. Team I was like, man, where the hell
Green, honestly. Shout out to Green, man.
Green Lantern, bring your ass back to Rochester. Do a venue, one venue at least, man.
Green come like once every 5 years or something like that. But
I heard he in Cali though.
Nah.
He's not in Cali. What is he doing?
He was touring with Nas, man.
I thought he was doing like EDM records and all that stuff.
I think he had a moment where he did touch on that EDM side.
Because it made him some money.
Yeah, absolutely. The EDM DJs is getting paid, man. But nah, he's Nas's, DJ.
That's what's up,
and he's been that way for
I would love to hear a
15, 20 years.
Green Lantern mixtape again.
Yeah, Green. Watch him on Twitch.
Remember them mixtapes?
Absolutely.
BacSpin, what do you think about as far as you doing some mixtapes for the city? As far as you grabbing your artists that you like, why you in 38 ain't doing no? I'm thinking like that. Why it ain't happen?
I mean, honestly, it's happened with me and Curtis Cope. You know what I'm saying? I did. Fire. That's my guy. He's Curtis another one. Fire, yeah, he's another one.
He's lyrical.
That's super lyrical, man, and it's on the rise. And we in Boston doing shows and people coming up to him with his album, flowers, though, and wanting him to sign his album. They got the vinyl, you know what I'm saying? And we in Boston. The shit bugged me out. I'm like, look, Kurt, you everywhere, B. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope when you stay on the grind. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep your foot on the gas. And I just think any artist that does that and who's making quality music, eventually you'll get to where you need to go. You just got to keep working, man.
Okay.
Word.
Dang, man, that's crazy, man. It's like sitting here listening to you chopping it up and telling me all this stuff, man. It's making me want to man. Let me go back and let me drop like another couple more albums.
Nah, mixtapes.
Take me to.
I love doing mixtapes, man. It gave me a chance to let the people know and the streets know what I was all about. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, absolutely, because that's what you're doing the mixtapes for. I never really got money, I would make a couple dollars here or there, but for the most part, the mixtape was just to promote me and to let people know this is how nice I think I am. You think I'm this nice? If so, then I know you'll be bumping my shit when I come through, or you'll next time I do come to sell you a tape, you're gonna buy it off the rip, of what you heard last time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm mixtapes was the foundation of getting the music out to the people when before all you had was a radio and a tape deck and a record button.
Yeah, and I remember them days. Yeah. I remember writing. I used to get a couple of my own, but it's like, we're not a writing session. And it's another artist that I used to work with, and before dude ain't know how to rap or nothing. But check out Beast Boy Nino. You know,
Yeah,
that's one of the artists that.
that's another dude.
Was another artist that I actually sat down. We sitting here writing. He's like, man, I don't know how to rap. I'm like, bro, you better get a pen, nigga, right?
Well, he know how to rap now.
Now he got his own swag.
Yeah, he doing his
whatever we started, and now he got his own situation.
He's doing his thing. Shout out to Beast Boy.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. I ain't got nothing. It ain't. It's just I look at things like this, and it's a lot of artists that's coming up. Even it's another artist named Lil Perko. Lil Perko.
Yeah, okay, Perko getting busy.
That's your people's, right?
You know what I'm saying? Perko, he's another one getting busy. You know, Class Murder. My boy Viciani. He's another one from the town.
It's crazy though because he had to rebirth himself. You know?
Yeah, Viciani, absolutely.
Sometimes you gotta rebirth yourself.
It's nothing wrong with, you know, taking a step back and figuring out what works and what your, you know, what you want your image to be and your sound to be, and coming back 10 times harder. That's what I mean by, you know, if you stay down, if you stay working, the fruit, you'll reap the fruits of your labor.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You'll reap the fruits of your labor. And Viciani, them RMG boys, like they
always been working. They always got something going on.
They're a good example of that, man, for real.
Yeah, I mean, and they doing stuff for the kids.
That's
what I like too.
You know, that football program that they got, the RMG Elites. You know what I'm saying? Them boys they giving back to the city.
Yeah, and that's why I said.
And that's what it's all about, man. At the end of the day, you got to take what you do and be able to give back with it. I think that's why God, you know, blesses us with talent. I think we all have God-given talent. Somewhere, some way, somehow, God put a skill in you that you're great at. Right. Now, it's up to you to nurture it. It's up to you to work hard at it and become the best you can be at it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't do that, that's on you. But God put it in all of us, man. We can all do something great. Something.
I like that message that you're leaving.
Word.
Right there, man. What is a message you're going, other than, I know you just left, what's a message that you could leave us with, even up and coming inspired DJs that want to do this lane? Or how can we get an interview with DJ BacSpin? How can I bring the up and coming artists up here, man?
I mean, pay your dues. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say to up and coming DJs. Pay your dues.
Okay.
You can't just think that you know, because you got a controller and a laptop and some MP3 files that you can just jump in the game and skip to the head of the line and, you know, start rocking major venues and, you know, doing stuff. Like, you got to start from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way you're going to learn and get better. And now you can, you know, latch on or, you know, find yourself a mentor too. There are great DJs out here that's willing to show, you know, the up and comers what to do, how to do it, and the right way to do it. But, you know, we all had to pay our dues. We all had to start somewhere. And my first party was a $50. I got paid $50 DJing a house party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had to carry, 6 crates to that party. And, you know what I mean? Like, I tell people, if you growing up now in the era of DJing, it's a wonderful time. Because when I came up, we got paid for carrying these crates, man. We got paid for going, you know, waking up late night, taking these crates out the crib, putting them in the car, loading them taking them to the club. The DJ booth, 9 times out of 10, is way in the back. So you got to carry them all the way to the back, or help security help you carry them. And then you got to do that shit at the end of the night. Yeah. You know what I mean? Take it back home, take it back in your basement, and do that shit all over again.
The crazy thing about it, we used to do that with Good News, man.
Yeah.
Good News. Shout out to Good News.
Yeah,
man.
that's my dude.
I remember when Good News, when he first started off, man, he'd be doing the clubs and he'd be printing pictures up. Remember that?
Yep.
That used to be big at the club.
Absolutely. Yeah,
before the $5.
Yep.
So he'd be in there, I'd be helping him set up, and then I'm in the club for free.
Yep.
So I get to see all the women and all that.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Good News. I'm in the club for free.
That's a grind, but that's what we got paid for. Like, Good News loves to take pictures. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so I'm sure he's taking them pictures. He's working on his craft. He's getting different angles. You know, at the same time, he's getting paid to do it. That's what I say about, like, I would DJ for free, man. But it's the work I put in for coming, taking these records and lugging these records. That's what I feel like I'm getting paid for. Rocking parties, that's a love of mine that'll never go away. I would do that for, next to nothing. But now that you've, paid your dues, then it's time to collect on all the shit that you've earned. And if you nice, you'll get it all. You know what I'm saying? You'll get it all.
I like that.
You'll get it all. You know what I mean?
The hustle.
Yeah,
hustle,
man. It's a grind. And, Rap City was one of my, I feel like my biggest accomplishments, as well as being on the beat 105.5, you know what I'm saying, and becoming the assistant program director of the station. Growing up watching Rap City, the basement. All the DJs that passed through them doors.
DJ Tigger.
Big Tigger. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Tigger, before him, the mayor, you know what I mean? Chris Thomas.
I wish we could recreate something like that, man. Me, BacSpin, I wish we could do. We got to sit down, man. I feel like I got a lot of ideas to run across.
Yeah, hey, man, I'm always willing to work and collab, and if it's got something to do with the culture of hip hop, man, I'm pretty much all for it. You know what I'm saying? I
feel like we should be doing something like that for Rochester because we do need the platform. 105.5, the beat, it could be a dope platform. But we know at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Everything is all what you work towards your goals to get what you need to get.
Absolutely.
So in reality of it, you're here because you want to be here.
Absolutely.
Not because nobody forcing you to come.
Nah, I put the work in, and by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying, I was blessed with this opportunity to be here and to do this. I tell people I'm living a dream, man, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? I thank Blue Light Communications for giving me the opportunity to, represent the way I do and the way we do as a staff, and to put on for the community here in Rochester, New York, man, because that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, you know what I mean, we just want to give the people what they want, what they need, and deliver it the right way with the right message. And that's what DJ BacSpin is all about.
Right. Nothing but respect, man. All I can do is respect that.
Thank you, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question. With the 105.5, the beat, wasn't y'all down at one point?
Yeah. We was in the Powers building, but that kind of, we wanted more of our own space. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we was able to. It was smaller. You know what I'm saying? This is a much bigger space that we're in now. And
this is better for y'all to actually grow in.
Absolutely.
If y'all want to do more things.
Yeah. So we could do a lot with what we got here, man, and we're just getting started, man. We here and we rocking, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my whole Beat 105.5 family. You know what it is, man.
Sierra Monet, where she at? Where's Sierra Monet at?
She might.
Hey, where Tiger Ty at, man?
I mean, it's the weekend, man. Tiger Ty's off on the weekend. We got Sierra Monet coming through. We got
next. We
Rocky B.
Him too, man.
Yeah, that's my dude. We can make that happen.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
You know what I'm saying? We telling it like it is right here, man. Tell it like it is podcast. I appreciate the merch too, kid.
Hey, man.
Straight up,
man. That's you, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Hey, with somebody called Hustle in My Blood. She was like, yo, I wanna make these shirts for you. I said, listen, I got an interview with BacSpin. If you can get them done, I'll bring them. I'll buy them from you because I know I need the merch, but I'm gonna end up giving it away anyway.
No doubt.
Because I want to,
it's
all about the brand.
Absolutely.
You gotta remember, when I leave, I want you to I want this to remind yourself,
that's
like,
what
son right here doing something.
Tell it like it is. And I'm bad with names, but that's already ingrained in my brain. You know what I'm saying? Tell it like it is. Podcast. So it's super dope, man, when you got a name and a catchphrase that people could identify with immediately. You know what I'm saying? I feel
telling it like it is.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
Me too, man. I appreciate, you
Thank you, man,
coming through and interviewing me and doing this podcast, man, because this is dope. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, we appreciate you over there, man. We definitely do, man.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, man. It's a wrap, man. We got BacSpin, DJ BacSpin, Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
The one and only, the finest. One and only, the finest, man. What else, man? What else we need to be saying right now about you, man?
They can find me, man. If y'all looking for me, hit me on IG, DJ BacSpin. No K in my name, so please don't do that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, man. I'm on Facebook the same way, DJ BacSpin. So holla at your boy.
Yeah, we out, man. It's your boy Respect J Knight. Tell it like it is podcast, baby.